Howdy folks, Craigster Senior Hot Nuts Diecast. Going to get into racing some Matchbox here. Modern day Matchbox. Either you love them or you hate them. There's some good looking castings. A lot of them are got a little potential, get some good weight to them. Good looking cars. A lot of people do not like the modern wheels. We've taken them to the speed shop. We did a little wheel sanding, added a little lubrication. We'll see what we can do. Hang out with old Craigster for a little bit and race some Matchbox, would you? Okay, first up in the blocks, on the left side of the bracket here, we have in the 19 Mazda 3 Charging Charlie. And over there in lane 2 in the 71 Chevy Chevelle, we have Juan V. Let's see it. Oh, the Chevelle got out, and a 1.539. Swap them. All right, the time for that Mazda to beat. So 1.539 laid down by Juan in that Chevelle. Let's see what happens. Chevelle's going to take it again, proving his time and moving on. All right, the next two contenders up over there in lane 1 and that 92 Mazda AutoZam AZ1, that's Zip and Zeke. And in lane 2, that Mustang GT, we got Hammerhead Diecast Racing and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. Let's see it. Oh, the Mustang. Pretty good run. Let's swap lanes. Okay, Mustang laying on a 1.522 time to beat. And doing it again, improving his time and moving on. Okay, next up we have in that Ford GT40 over there in lane 1, Dennis Taylor and Forhaus Diecast Racing. And over in lane 2, in the 07 Subaru Impreza WRX, police car, that is Browns fan Larry and Dog Squab Diecast Racing. See it. Ooh, good race. 5-2, 5-4. Ford taking it, swap lanes. Alright, Ford GT laying down that 1.520 time to beat. Taking this one as well. GT40 moving on. Okay, next round up we have over there in lane 1 the 08 Dodge Challenger driven by Zamax Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, Chase Family Racing, Larry Stipe, and Northern Roads Diecast Racing. And the old VW Porsche 914 driven by Bill Fish. Let's see what they got. Oh, closer than I thought it'd be. Hung with him for a second. Let's swap him. Alright, Challenger laying down that 1.513. And those wheels actually not too bad on that car. Don't have quite as much of a ridge to begin with. A little bit easier to work with. Let's see what he's got. And gappage there, 1.518. Moving on. Okay, next up, a couple of popular picks here. In lane 1, we have that 68 Lamborghini Miura. That one driven by Sunshine City Garage and Fubar Model Yard. And over in lane 2, we've got the 71 Firebird Formula, that one being driven by DiecastRacers.com and GNR Vintage Diecast Racing. Let's see what these two classics have got. Ooh, good race. 915 530 swap lane. Okay, time to beat laid down by that Lambo, 1.515. And the Firebird will not get it. Didn't beat a 1.5. Okay, this ought to be an interesting little matchup here. We've got that 32 Ford over there in lane number 1, being driven by a Scoobers and old Craigster Sr. I'm kind of partial to my 32 Fords, as you might know. And then over here in the 19 Fiat 500 Turbo, we've got Big Mike with NZ Racing. And he did point out that it's not Fiat, it's Fiat. And I appreciate that. Let's see what they'll do. Got a little fuzz on that one. And the 32 Ford taking it. Alright, time to beat. 1.539 laid down by the 32 Ford. He sounds like he needs a little more wheel sanding because, boy, he's still whistling. See if Big Mike in the Fiat can do anything about it. .32 Ford taking this one. Get a little faster. Moving on. Alright, over here now in lane 1 in the 16 Fiat 500X, we have Mama Bombshell. And over here in lane number 2, the 65 Mustang, we've got D20 Diecaster, Edwin Hernandez, and Ratsack. Let's see what they'll do. Mustang getting out and taking it to 1.54. Let's swap. Alright, time to beat 1.540. Mustang taking this one as well and improving his time and moving on to the next round. Okay, we've got the last 2 cars for round 1 here on the left side of the bracket. And up in lane 1 in that 65 Alfa Romeo Sprint GTA, we have Cruisin' Katie. And then over here in lane 2, in that 08 Honda Civic Type R, we've got Slammin' Sammy. Let's see who's got it. And looks like lane 1 took it. We'll swap lanes. Okay, that Alfa Romeo laying down a 1.526. Time to beat. Doing it again with a 1.511, improving and moving on. Alright, first 2 cars here in round 2. Over there in lane 1 in the 71 Chevelle, we've got Juan V. And in the 68 Mustang GT, it's Hammerhead Diecast Racing and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. Let's see it. Ford versus Chevy. Oh, the Mustang getting out and staying out. Wow. Okay, this could be the end of the road for the Chevelle here. Time to beat a 1.515. See if he can do it. Not gonna happen. 1.3 to a 2.3. Mustang moving on. Okay, next up we have over there in lane 1 in the Ford GT40 Dennis Taylor and Four House Racing. And back over here in lane 2 in the 08 Dodge Challenger, we've got Zamac Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, Chase Family Racing, Larry Stipe, and Northern Roads Racing. See what they got. This ought to be a good one. Oh, Challenger got out. Oh, good run though. Look at that. Pretty close. Alright, probably some of the closest racing so far. Time to beat a 1.504 laid down by the Challenger. And oh, did it meet an 04? No, it won't meet an 04. Challenger, moving on. Alright, next up for your racing viewing pleasure in the 68 Lambo Mura Sunshine City Garage and Fubar Model Yard over there in lane 1. In that 32 Ford, we've got Scoobers and Craigster Sr. Let's see what they'll do. Woo! Sounds like you've got an electric motor, but you got smoked. Okay, the Lambo laying down a 1.513, time to beat. And doing it again. 5-1, moving on. Okay, last two cars here of round number 2. Over there in lane 1 in the 65 Mustang GT, we've got D20 Diecaster, Edwin Hernandez, and Ratsack. And over here in that 65 Alfa Romeo Sprint GTA, we've got Cruisin' Katie. Let's see what they got. Good race. Alfa Romeo taking it. Wow, swap lanes. Okay, kind of surprised by the Alfa Romeo being a narrower casting, but this one's not swimming. It's running good. 1.522, time to beat. And he'll take this one too with a 1.508. Nice run. All right, getting down to the nitty gritty here on the left side of the bracket. This is gonna see who goes into the final round to place first or second on this side of the bracket. And so we got first up in that 08 Dodge Challenger, Zamax Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, Chase Family, Diecast Racing, Larry Stipe, Northern Roads Racing. And over here in lane 2 in that 68 Mustang GT, Hammerhead Diecast Racing and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. Let's see who's moving on. Oh, good strong run, Challenger. Hard to beat. Okay, Challenger looking pretty strong, running a 1.503, time to beat. And I'll take this one, not quite as fast, but he'll be moving on to the final. Okay, really wasn't expecting these two to make it to the semifinals, but here we are, the 68 Lambo over here in lane 2. That one being driven by Sunshine City Garage and Food Bar Model Yard. And over in lane 1, the 65 Alfa Romeo, that'd be driven by Cruisin' Katie. Let's see what they got. Good race. Looks like the Lambo taking that one. Okay, the Lambo laying down a 1.513, time to beat. And oh, look at there, Alfa Romeo pulling out a 1.0506. They'll be moving on. Okay, so this is the way the bracket sorted out. Dodge Challenger there, Alfa Romeo, Mustang, and then the Lambo. Let's go ahead and run these two, see who's going to be the third place contestant. Okay, once again, the 68 Mustang GT, Hammerhead Diecast Racing, and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. And in the 68 Lambo is Sunshine City Garage and Fubar Model Yard. And the Lambo. Good race. Swap lanes. Okay, time to beat 1.515, laid down by the Lambo. And he won't do it, so there you go. Lambo will be third, Mustang will be fourth. Alright, this is the battle for first and second in the left side of the bracket over here. In lane 1, we've got that 65 Alfa Romeo Sprint GTA driven by Cruisin' Katie. And over here in lane 2, in the 08 Dodge Challenger, we've got Zamax Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, Chase Family Racing, Larry Stipe, and Northern Roads. Let's see what they'll do. Good race, and Alfa Romeo taking it with a 2.0 to a 2.1. Wow. Okay, both of these cars are capable of doing faster. 1.52, time to beat. And there we go, an 06 to a 1.0. We're going to go ahead and run them one more time. Alright, let's swap lanes again, third time. Confirmed 04 to an 06, running better times, but Challenger will take #1 spot. Okay, so that's how the bracket played out there. Over here, first place, we have Zamac Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, Chase Family Racing, Larry Stipe, and Northern Roads Racing. The 08 Challenger. We have Cruisin' Katie and the 65 Alfa Romeo taking second place. Then at 68 Lambo Mura, we have Sunshine City Garage and Fubar Model Yard. And last up in fourth place, that's 68 Mustang Hammerhead Diecast Racing and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready to round up the cars on the right side of the bracket. First, we'll do a little intermission. It's the Misfit Challenge. Which one of these Misfit from the 5-pack vehicles will take the championship of these 8 Misfit rides? Let's find out. Who do you think it'll be? Alright, back over here to the right hand side of the bracket. Hope you enjoyed the little halftime show there with the Misfits. Now we're getting into the exotics and luxury rides. Over there in lane 1, we've got that 04 Mazda RX-8 driven by Northern Roads Racing. And in the 20 Corvette over in lane 2, we got Zamac Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, the 20 Diecaster, Juan V, Chase Family Diecast Racing, and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, good run. Corvette taking that one. Look at that, good race. 10,000 feet. Wow. Okay, man, good race right out of the chute on the right hand side here. And Corvette easily taking that one with an 02, improving and moving on. Wow. All right, continuing right along in the right hand side of the bracket. Next two up in the lane 1 over there in the Subaru SVX, got Cruisin' Katie. And back over here in lane 2, with the Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet in yellow. That one being driven by Chargin' Charlie. Let's see which one's quicker. Sounding good. And looks like that Subaru. Alright, Subaru, not too bad. 1.516. Let's see if the Porsche's got anything. Not gonna happen. Subaru taking that one and moving on. Alright, a couple of nice looking rides here over there in lane 1 in that Porsche Targa, we got yours truly, Craigster Sr. And in the Porsche 918 Spyder, we've got Dennis Taylor and Sunshine City Garage. Beautiful castings here. Let's see what they'll do. Sounding good. Oh, the Targa taking that one with a 3.2 to a 3.5. Close race. Alright, Spyder needs to beat a 1.5. 3.2 if he wants to move on. And does he beat it? Oh, he does. Spyder taking that one and moving on. Alright, next up over here in the Karma GS6, lane 1, we've got Browns Fan Larry and Dog Squab Racing. Then over in the Tesla Roadster, we've got Zip and Zeke and Bill Fish. Let's see what they got. Karma versus Tesla. Karma stretching his legs, taking it with a 2.7. Let's swap lanes. Alright, Tesla needs to beat a 1.5. 2.7. Not happening. Karma taking it, besting his other time and moving on. Alright, moving right along here on the right hand side of the bracket. Over there in lane 1, we've got that Nissan 350Z driven by 4Haas Racing. And over in lane 2 in the Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet in red, we've got Slam and Sammy. Let's see which one's quicker. And a Z taking that one. Swap them. Okay. Looks like the Z laid down a 1.5. 1.5. Time to beat. And the Porsche won't be able to do it. Nissan Z moving on. Okay, next two cars up, we've got that 16 Alfa Romeo Giulia driven by Fubar Model Yard over in lane 1. And in lane 2, we've got that beautiful Porsche 911 GTS driven by DiecastRacers.com. Let's see which one's quicker. Beautiful cars. And good race. Alfa Romeo taking that one. Alright, time to beat a 1.5. 1.8. And didn't make it for the 1.8. Nope, 2.3 doesn't do it. Alfa Romeo will move on. Okay, here we have another interesting matchup. Over there in lane 1, we have the McLaren 720S Spyder driven by Mama Bombshell. And over here in lane 2, the 94 Lexus LS 400 driven by Edwin Hernandez. Let's see what they got. And the Spyder taking this one. Swap lanes. Okay, we swap lanes. Time to beat a 1.529 laid down by that Spyder. Let's see what he'll do. And Spyder taking that one as well with a 2.7. Be moving on. Okay, the last two cars in round 1 on the right hand side of the bracket. Over there in lane 1, the 77 Jaguar XJ6C. We've got Scoobers Hammerhead Diecast Racing, GNR Vintage Diecast Racing, NZ Diecast Racing, Big Mike, and Rat Sack. And then over in lane 2, we've got that beautiful Aston Martin DBS Volante, that one being driven by Larry Stipe. Let's see which one's quicker. And oh, the Jag got out, but then he got around him on the big end. Okay, time to beat for the 77 Jag is a 1.545. Let's see if he can do it. Not gonna happen. Okay, moving right along into round 2 of the right side. First up, over there in lane 1, got that Subaru SVX driven by Cruisin' Katie. And over here in the 20 Corvette, Zamax Speed Shop Steel City Mafia D20 Diecaster, Juan V, Chase Family Racing, and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. Quicker. And the Subaru, taking it by a 10,000th. Wow. Swap them. Okay, I thought this was going to be a good race, but I wasn't thinking it was going to be quite that good. 1.505, time to beat. '03 to an '07. Corvette will take it. Good run. Moving right along here, we've got up in lane 1 the Karma GS6, Browns Fan Larry and Dog Squab Racing. And over in the Porsche 918 Spider, it's Dennis Taylor and Sunshine City Garage. It's gonna be a good one. Good race. Karma taking it with a 1.9. Let's swap lanes. Okay, Spider needs to be the 1.5, 1.9 if he wants to stop the Karma. And not happening. Karma taking that one and moving on. Okay, moving right along in round 2 on the right side. Over there in the Nissan 350Z, we've got 4 Haas Racing. And over here in lane 2, in that 16 Alfa Romeo Giulia, it's Fubar Model Yard. Let's see it. Nissan taking that one. Swap them and see. Alright, that Alfa Romeo needs to be the 1.528. And does he do it? He does it with a 2.2. Alfa Romeo taking it and moving on. Okay, Battle of the Convertibles. Over there in lane 1, we've got that Aston Martin DBS Volante. Larry Stipe driving in that one. And Mama Bombshell piloting the McLaren 720S Spider in lane 2. Let's see which one of these convertibles is quicker. Wow, good run. 2.7 to a 2.9. Let's swap lanes. Okay, the McLaren now in lane 1 needs to be a 1.527. See if we can do it. And was it beating 2.7? Not gonna do it. 3.6. Alright, getting into the semifinals here. We've got the 20 Corvette over there in lane 1. Being piloted by Zamax Speed Shop Steel City Mafia, D20 Diecaster, Juan V, Chase Family Racing, and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. And in the Karma GS6, we've got Browns Fan Larry and Dog Squab Racing. See what they'll do. Corvette 09. Okay, Karma needs to beat a 1.509. Not happening. Corvette duplicating his time. Very consistent. Okay, the other semi-final round here. On the right-hand side over there in the 16 Alfa Romeo Giulia Fubar Model Yard. And in lane 2, in that Aston Martin DBS Volante, it is Larry Stipe. See it. Be a good race. And the Alfa Romeo taking this one 1.2 to a 1.6. Let's swap lanes. Okay, the Aston Martin needs to beat a 1.5. 1.2. Not gonna do it. Okay, there's how the right hand side's coming together. We got the top 4 here. We'll run these 2 off to see who's going to be 3rd. Alright, we've got the race for 3rd here back in the Karma GS6. We've got Browns Fan Larry and Dog Squab Racing over there in lane 1. And the Aston Martin DBS Volante, Larry Stipe over here in lane 2. Race third. Karma taking that one 3-2 to a 3-5. Okay, time to beat. Aston Martin needs to beat a 1.5, 3-2 if he wants to get to third place. Not gonna do it. And it'll be the Karma in third. Okay, this is going for first place here on the right-hand side of the bracket. Over there in lane 1, we've got that 16 Alfa Romeo being piloted by Fubar Model Yard. And over here in lane 2, the 20 Corvette Zamax Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia, D20 Diecaster, Juan V, Chase Family Racing, and Poverty Hollow Diecast Racing. So that'll be a good one. Let's see it. Oh, the Corvette. Good run. We'll swap them. Okay, time to beat a 1.514 laid down by that Corvette. Let's see if the Alfa Romeo's got anything left. And not happening. Corvette with an 06. Good time. Okay, so that's how the right side played out. The 20 Corvette ended up taking first place. Zamax Speed Shop, Steel City Mafia D20 Diecaster, Juan V, Chase Family Racing, and Poverty Hollow picking that one. And then the Alfa Romeo coming in second at the Fubar Model Yard. And then picking the Karma GT or GS6, Browns Fan Larry and Dog Squab Racing. And lastly in that Aston Martin DBS Volante, Larry Stipe. Good choices there, y'all. Appreciate you hanging out. And I did have one car that I wanted to revisit. That was the Subaru. I think it had a little potential. I'm going to go ahead and run it against these cars here and just see how he stacks up. Oh yeah. Okay, I saw gappage against the Aston Martin. Let's run him against the Karma. Got the Karma. Running some good times. Alright, we're going to run the Subaru there against the Alfa Romeo. Only fitting. Look at that. 07 to an 09. Yeah. Give the Alfa Romeo one more chance to hold his spot for a second. And nope. Oh, look at that. So, yeah. Good times. That's only fair I run them against the Corvette again. See what they'll do. Oh, Corvette. Taking that one. Okay, I think both of these cars have ran 1.504s at some point, so let's see if that Subaru can do it. Corvette taking it. So there you have it. Alright, we're going to just do a little fun bracket racing now here. These are the 5th fastest cars from both sides of the bracket. Got the 71 Formula Firebird over there in lane 1 and that Aston Martin in lane 2. And sorry about the video there, but yeah, Formula taking that one. Okay, Formula laying down a 1.522 time to beat. And taking that one as well. Okay, back over here from the vintage right hand or left hand side of the bracket is the 68 Corvette. Right hand side being represented by that Karma. Let's see what they'll do. Karma got by him with a 1.509. And he won. Did he get it? Oh, he tied it with an 09. We'll have to run one more. Looky there. Okay, time to beat 1.509. See which one's gonna do it, Mustang or Karma. And the Mustang, 07 to a 2-1. Wow, good run. Mustang will win that grudge match. Okay, these were the third place contenders, that Lambo over there in lane 1. Now for Romeo in lane 2. Let's see it. And the Lambo taking that one. 09 to 16. All right, 1.509, time to beat. And Lambo's taking that one with a 1-1. All right, these were the second place cars. The Alfa Romeo over in lane 1 and the Subaru in lane 2. Fastest speed-wise, that is. And yes, that Subaru. Okay, Alfa Romeo needs to beat a 1.508. Not happening. Ooh, another good close race. 10,000 feet to the Subaru. All right, here's what you've been looking for, the battle of the number ones. 20 Corvette, 08 Challenger. Let's see who's quicker. Good race, Corvette with a 9.7. Fastest time of the night. All right, quite the challenge for the Challenger. Beat a 1.497. Let's see if he can do it. And not happening. 1503 to an 09. So in the left side versus right side, classics versus modern, if you want to call it, grudge matches, we had left side 3 wins to right side's 2 wins. So look at there. Some great running though. Had a lot of fun running these old Matchboxes now. Alright, so there we have it. We ran these all newer Matchbox castings. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Video getting a little lengthy, so we're gonna cut this one here and we're gonna do a smaller, shorter video regarding getting any of these into the case. Thanks for hanging out with Old Craigster. Talk to you soon.